Ready?
Okay.
One.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Oh, I just did one. Hi everyone, it's April here and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a fun little collab with Liz from Liz.V.Art and we're going to be talking all about our first year on Etsy.
Hi everyone, I'm Liz. I thought I should introduce myself. We are doing kind of like a podcast thing where we talk about our first year on Etsy and our experience and everything that's happened since we started. So yeah, I'm Liz. Hello.
And I'm April. Hi. And this is going to be kind of a first for us. Like Liz mentioned, it's a podcast, so I thought we could just introduce ourselves first. So I'm April, I go by monkeymintaka. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I like to make fun art and stickers and products and lots of cute things. And yeah, I have a YouTube channel and a Patreon and an Etsy, which is what we're going to be talking about today.
I also have an Etsy. I'm Liz.V.Art shop on there because Liz.V.Art was already taken. I am Liz.V.Art on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and yeah, I do studio vlogs as well, and obviously I do art, and I have the Etsy shop. And yeah, that's me.
And that's us. So we thought that we'd do this video because we basically opened our shops at exactly the same time. I think, Liz, you opened yours maybe a week before mine or a couple of weeks before mine.
Yeah. Mine was the 1st of July. I think we were like almost doing it at the same day, and then you ended up, I think, delaying it.
Yeah, I think maybe? I delayed it a couple of weeks. I opened on the 20th. Actually, did you open on the 1st of July?
Yeah, I opened on the 1st of July.
Oh, I opened on the 22nd of June.
Oh, so you were first.
Yeah. How did that work out? I always thought you were first.
I thought I was first. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Okay, well, kind of the same time. So we've basically both been on Etsy for almost a year, or just over a year. We were meant to do this video a couple of months ago, but you know, life gets in the way. So we're just going to talk a bit about our thoughts about Etsy, kind of how we started. I guess that's a good place to start, Liz.
Yeah. So for me, I have always done art. I was always drawing when I was a child, and I always wanted to do art as a career, but like my family was very strongly against it because they thought you can't make money off of art, and it ended up just becoming one of those things that was like, it would be so cool to do that, but then just never really did anything with it until social media became a thing, and I saw other people like do it, and they started YouTube channels and then Instagram, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And then in 2017 I started my YouTube channel, and I was like, I'm gonna do art on YouTube and share how I'm improving my art. And then eventually that just became, I'm gonna open an Etsy shop. And I don't exactly know what triggered like the decision of I'm going to start it now. I just know that in 2020, all of a sudden I was like, yep, this year is going to be the year I do an Etsy shop. And then I just picked the 1st of July. Like, there was no real reason behind it, I don't think. I just ended up with the 1st of July. So that's how I did it. That's how I started.
Yeah, I think I was pretty much the same. It was from watching people on YouTube. And like, I think it was mainly the people that you know that everyone watches, Frennerd, Catnip, Mini Small.
Same for me.
They all had shops and studio vlogs, and I basically just wanted to do that. It just looked so fun. So I ended up doing studio vlogs. Actually, Liz, you kind of helped me do the studio vlogs because you did it first. So I think you started maybe a month before me, and you gave me like the encouragement to do studio vlogs. And as soon as I was doing those, I was like, well, I'm doing studio vlogs now, might as well open a shop, right? So yeah, that's kind of how I got started.
That was fun because I remember you talking to me about how you wanted to do studio vlogs, and I was like, yeah, do it, go for it, it's so much fun. And I had to really push April, and yeah, now she's doing it, which is really cool because her vlogs are awesome.
Yeah, I feel like we've been on basically the same journey with our art and Etsy and YouTube, so it's really cool that we got to like go through the experience together the last year. I think that was nice.
Yeah, it's fun because I feel like having someone there with me who like can relate, especially because like you say, we started at the same time, it just feels really good because like everything I'm going through, you're going through, so it's like really handy to have someone like that. I think that's really cool, personally. The art I do, I think I would describe it as a combination of natural things, so things inspired by nature, things inspired by witchy stuff, and then just random things that I really like. I don't have like one style that ties everything together. I feel like I'm just like a bit of a variety artist who does a little bit of everything, but for the most part, it's like witchy, nature inspired things. And then the stuff in my shop is then it kind of comes from that kind of stuff that I do. So that's, yeah, my art is, yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah, nature, witchy, botanical.
Yeah.
And lots of like line art, I think, also,
yeah,
with your pen work. Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same. Lots of nature, animals, objects, landscapes. And actually, just chatting, I just realized we both don't really do much character work or portraits or anything, which is interesting. But
I feel like with you do your like animals, but then you make them into like little characters, like you, I can't remember the word, like you kind of
anthropomorphize.
Yes, that thing. You kind of do that more. So, for example, you have your Digby character that if you watch April, then you know about Digby. And I don't really do that. I think I've done it in the past. I think last year I did it for like a draw this in your style and the 3 things. But yeah, I realized this year that characters, for me, it's just not what I like to do. I just prefer nature stuff, and characters, sometimes I think I have to do it because like as an artist you're supposed to be able to draw people or whatever, but I just don't like it. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time on it. So I just don't do it. Yeah,
plants and animals are way more fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So maybe we should talk about how we opened our shop, because we kind of opened it at the same time, like we mentioned, but I don't know if our process was very different from each other.
Yeah, I remember that for me, I didn't have like a cutting machine, so like for the stickers. So my process was, when I designed my stickers, I wanted to have enough stock so that if I sold loads, which that was one thing that I really kind of did wrong, which we can talk about later, but I wanted to have enough stock. So I printed like, I can't remember how many pages, and then I had to hand cut all of them. And I didn't want to open my shop until I had all those stickers done and cut them and just had them all packaged up. So my process was really 2 weeks of non-stop cutting stickers, putting them together, coming up with the pictures, and then once that was done, I was like, okay, now I can do it. And the process I followed was really doing the stickers first, doing the pictures, and then I started, I think, thinking about packaging. I don't remember if because I used to do a wax seal on my orders. I still do it sometimes, but I don't remember if I did that from the start.
I think you did, because I'm pretty sure my first order from you had a wax seal on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you hand cutting all your stickers. I remember you hand cutting all your stickers though, and I definitely got my cutting machine before I opened because I was not gonna do that.
Yeah, I had to, like, I just didn't, for me, I was really scared of spending a ton of money to get the shop started. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. I don't want to invest like £300 or however much the cutting machine was at the time. So I'm just gonna play it safe, and I invested in a really good pair of scissors, which to this day I still have those scissors and they're amazing. But I wanted to cut the stickers, and if I was gonna do it by hand, I didn't want to do it with some scissors that were gonna hurt my hand, that weren't gonna cut well. So I just got really sharp scissors, and that was like a really conscious decision so I could do those stickers. And yeah, I kind of, looking back on that, it's kind of funny, and I remember like how I felt doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool, I'm putting in so much effort by hand cutting it, and people are gonna love that I put in this effort.
Do you still have any of those hand cut stickers?
I do, actually, because I think there was 2 or 3 types of stickers. I had 2 plant stickers and then the transparent crystal stickers. And I wanted to have 25 sets of each sticker. Bear in mind, I was a new shop. I didn't have that many followers anywhere. 25 times 3, how much is that? 75? That's 75 sales that I thought I was going to get when I opened my shop. Let me tell you now, when you open a shop, don't think you're going to get 75 sales. It's just, unless you're super like popular already and you have like thousands of followers, it's probably not going to happen. So.
It's good to be optimistic though.
Yeah, it's good to be optimistic, but like that's like one thing I've definitely learned is to manage my expectations for like shop updates and sales and all that. I don't know if you can relate to that. And, like,
yeah, I can. I have a couple of notes written down about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when you opened your shop, did you do like any marketing apart from YouTube, or was it just like studio vlogs?
I definitely did the studio vlogs, and then I ramped it up as like, ooh, my shop's opening soon. I posted it to Twitter, I posted it to Facebook, and I definitely posted it to Instagram as well, and I asked everyone that I knew to share it, to like it, to like show their friends. So that's kind of what I did for marketing, but I didn't do any like paid stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing that you do that I don't, which is you like, I think you're pretty good at marketing, like you get your word out there. I'm just kind of, I'm just like, I'm too lazy to ask everyone. I think we opened our shop kind of similar, but I think I actually cheated a little bit because, I don't know if you remember, but I actually opened my shop in 2019 when I was fundraising for that marathon I was doing, and I opened it and I only had maybe like 3 things in there, 4 or 5 things, and all the money went to the charity, and then I shut it and I wasn't even gonna open it again, and then we like ramped up with the studio vlogs and everything, and then I opened it again. So I don't know if that helped me, like, cause I already had it open, I already had a few sales on there. That may have helped me a little bit, like compared to you, who you just opened it fresh.
Were you nervous when you like opened your shop again? To you, did it feel like you were starting new, or did you just feel like you were doing it again?
I wasn't nervous, I was excited because I had been like, at the time, like when I opened it, I had already postponed it almost a month from opening, and I was just excited to do it. And yeah, I wasn't nervous. Like I never really get nervous when I do shop launches and stuff. I know that you said that you sometimes get nervous. I just I think because the shop update is so much work, I get tired, and I'm just so relieved it's over, like, and I can release the products to the wild. And then after it's, you know, after you get a couple of sales, then you start worrying, am I going to get any more? Is this it? Has everyone forgotten about me? But the actual like launch, I don't think I was nervous. I think I was just like super excited.
Yeah. Oh no, I was definitely very, very nervous. And this is the main thing that I remember from my shop launch, is that I was so nervous and anxious that it kind of ruined the experience for me, because when I opened it and then I was just, all I could think about was like, am I going to get sales? How many sales am I going to get? And then when I did get the sales, like my first few sales was, I think you, Amanda, Sasha, and Teal were my first sales. Like you guys were my first sales. And I remember, instead of being happy, like, yay, I made sales, I remember thinking, they don't count because they're my friends. So I just instantly discounted like my first 4 sales.
Yeah.
And then I just kept looking at the number like, oh, is this it? Am I going to get any more? Am I going to get more? And I mentioned this earlier already, like I just had these crazy expectations of just getting a flood of orders, and I wish I hadn't done that, because now I kind of wish that I had appreciated it more. I did go out and celebrate with my boyfriend, but I was a mess. I was so nervous, I was shaking. I couldn't be at my computer because I would just look at my Etsy page all the time. So for me, it was a very, very nervous experience.
Yeah, I remember that you were nervous.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, did you get more sales? You got more sales though, right, than your friends?
I think in total, I had 17 sales in total.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, and I remember, like, now looking back, I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only time I got close to that number again was when I did my 1-year anniversary sale. And when that happened, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. This is like my shop launch.
Yeah.
But at the time with my shop launch, I just couldn't appreciate it because I was so just in my head about it. But now looking back, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. I got 17 sales. So I just wish that at the time I was able to appreciate that more, but can't change the past.
Well, you can look back with fondness.
Yeah.
Do
you remember how many you had?
Yeah, I have them written down. On the first day, I think I got, actually I don't think I have it written down how many I got, but I think I got like 40 in the first couple of days, because I remember when I had my second update, it was less than that, and it's been less every update, and I'm like, when's it gonna go above 40 again? But yeah, it was quite a lot, and I don't remember my first order because I just don't, but I know that I have seen stories on Etsy, people are like, I remember the first order I got, but I don't remember. I do remember going for a walk with Martin. I did the launch at 7 p.m. and it was summertime, obviously. So Martin and I went for a walk in the woods, and I had my phone on me, and I kept doing the Etsy, you know, ka-ching, and I was like, so I just couldn't stop looking at my phone, and every time I got a sale, I was like, oh my god, I got another sale. It was crazy.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that Etsy would do that, so I didn't have, like, my phone is always on silent, and I think had I known that it would make the ka-ching noise, I probably would have turned it on. But I also remember I opened my shop at midnight, so that when I then posted in the morning, it would already be live and I wouldn't have to do anything. So I did wake up to like a couple of sales, which was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know about the ka-ching sound, so I didn't have it on, and it's like, oh, that would have been probably really cool if it was on. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I get the if I'm on my iPad, I get notifications through the iPad before I get on my phone. So I'll pop up on the iPad that I've got a sale, and I'll go to my phone and turn the sound up just so I can hear the ka-ching when it comes in, which is really dumb. So in your first year, what do you think your most popular product was, like, over the last year?
It was definitely, for the majority of the year, it was my Botanical Moon sticker pack, and that was my first, like, kind of product that really took off, that I noticed that, like, ever since I put it on, I would just get tons and tons of favorites, and, like, every time I had a sale, it would be that sticker pack. I recently made a tiny flower sticker sheet, which is like a sticker sheet that has 100. That's so hard.
Does it actually have 100 on there?
Yeah, it's like 100 tiny flowers. Ever since I uploaded that has taken over the moon sticker one. But the moon sticker one is the one that I remember the most, because my shop was like still, I think I released that maybe my second shop update that I did. That's when I did those stickers, and that made me feel so good, because I was like, oh, this product's doing so well, and I didn't even expect it. I thought it would just be like some people would like it, but then it turned out so popular. I was like, whoa,
yeah,
that's so cool.
And that was,
what about you?
Yeah, I have two really popular products, like so popular they kind of are almost double or triple the rest. One of them is the art supply sticker sheet, which Martin actually told me to do it as an idea, and I was like, nah, and Martin was like, it'll be really popular, artists love artist stuff. So I did it, and it's been super popular. And then the other one, which was like a surprise hit, which I've mentioned on my vlogs a lot, is the fluffy guinea pig sticker, which I just did with a whole bunch of other guinea pigs. The guinea pig people, man, they crazy for guinea pig stickers. And I remember, Liz, I showed you that sticker when I made it, and you said the little squiggle in the fur looks like a butt.
Yeah, I remember.
And I debated taking it out for like an hour, and I didn't. I left it in there. So it's got a butt. Yeah.
Yeah, the guinea pig sticker.
So I thought maybe we could have a quick chat about numbers. This was your idea, Liz, to have a chat about numbers, and we thought it might be helpful for people, just, you know, or if you're curious. So first year on Etsy, I've got it up here, so I don't mind going first. So from June 22nd to June 22nd, I had a look. Actually, no, first month I thought would be good, Liz. I don't know if you have that.
The first month, I can pull it up real quick.
So for the first month, which was June 22nd to June 22nd, I got grand total of, let me get my notes up, 68 orders in the first month, which I think is one of the highest months I've had even to this date, like over the last year and a bit. And then for the entire year I've had 552 orders, and that was £4,257. But that is, yeah, but that is without taking all the money from the postage, the packaging, and then obviously it's not like profit, so
yeah, it's revenue from like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That is really cool.
Yeah, I didn't even
like a little...
I didn't even realize it was that much until I went back and had a look, so that's pretty cool.
So for my first month, I was actually wrong about the orders. It was 13 orders. So I still haven't hit 13 orders in a month. Like when I did my sale, I got 12. I remember now because I was like, oh, just one order away. But yeah, I got 13 orders and I made £153 on Etsy with those 13 orders. And then for the year, I had 88 orders in my year, and that was a revenue of 723.5 pence.
Yeah.
I almost said cents, but that's American, so. Which
Yeah.
also, that's like, not include, that doesn't take away the expenses and stuff, but funny thing, I am a limited company. I don't know if you are.
No, I'm the other one.
Sole trader?
Sole trader, yeah.
Yeah. So as a limited company, I have to do taxes. So I did my taxes last week, so I actually know how much profit I made for the whole year.
How much was it?
Do you want to know?
Yeah, I do.
Officially, it was.
Can I guess?
100.
It was 100. No, I don't know.
It was £123.
Profit.
However, yeah.
Wow.
However, my printer, my packaging supplies, and my silhouette were bought with my personal money and not my business money.
Yeah.
So if it was with my business money, I would be like minus 500, 600 pounds.
And they do say that a business doesn't make profit in the first year. So the fact that you made profit is good.
Well, officially I did make, profit. But then if I had bought my silhouette and stuff with my business, I wouldn't.
Oh, I see. Because you didn't buy it with your business money.
Yeah, I didn't buy it.
Oh, I thought you said you did buy it. Yeah,
No,
okay.
no.
I see what you said. Yeah, I have to do taxes too as a sole trader, but I just haven't yet. I'm waiting till the deadline because I like to procrastinate.
Yeah, I got the letter, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are numbers. I really like that we have like such different shops. Like for me, like I feel like you're making so many orders. It's like, whoa, that sounds so crazy. I'm at a point where I can't even imagine getting those numbers. But then I know that for you, it's probably you look at someone else and you're like, whoa, I want those numbers kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it's just...
When you look at it, 550 orders in a year does seem like a lot, but when you break it down into months, I can't do the math on that, but I think it's been about 45 is my average a month, 45 orders, 45, 50, and then last month was like the worst. I had 19. Breaking it down per month, I guess it is actually still a lot when you think about it. Like 45 orders a month is still a lot. It's been really slow the last few months though, but I think that's just because I haven't been around like social media or anything. One thing, like I know I haven't done my taxes like you have, but I've been keeping a spreadsheet every month and I put all my ingoings and all my outgoings, and to begin with I was using, like I have been using the business money. I think I was putting my own money and I can't remember, but like you, I also brought, well, I don't know, you didn't buy a new printer, but I brought a new printer, the cutting machine, well, I brought the Cricut and then I brought the Silhouette. And then I bought the guillotine. So I brought a lot of stuff, and I've been in the red until about maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, and now Etsy is kind of like taking care of itself. So I have all the money going into Etsy, but I also have money going in from YouTube ads and Patreon, and then all of that is like my monkeymintaka, and then basically the business is running itself now. So it's gotten to the point, even if I'm not making like crazy amounts of money, it takes care of itself, which is really nice. So
that's really
you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have enough money for ink or paper or whatever. So
yeah, I feel like my shop is at that point too. Like, so ever since I think I haven't had to put in more money this year at least. So I feel like maybe like my shop update that I did in September last year. Ever since then, I have not had to put any more money of myself in. Everything has been self-funded with the Etsy shop. I don't feel like... The only thing I still buy with personal money is my printer ink, because I also use the printer for like personal stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I would like to buy it with shop money. It's just that I have 2 printers, and one printer is so expensive that I just don't want to risk not having money for product stuff just because of the ink. So I don't buy that yet in the business money. But
and
everything else is like, yeah, self-funded through the shop, which is really cool.
This may actually be a good segue to talk about kind of how much the shop costs for the year, because I know that you mentioned printer ink, and printer ink is the most expensive thing, I think, for for me. I'm not sure if it's the same for you.
Yeah, definitely, because like I said, I have 2 printers, so whenever one of them runs out, I think my small printer, it comes to like £50 for both ink cartridges, but depending on how many like prints I do, or like how many, like now I'm doing memo pads and they take up a lot more ink than usual, but I'm currently at like, I would say every 2 to 3 months I need to buy ink for that printer. And then the big printer is the one I use for my stickers and my actual art prints.
Yeah.
But luckily, I haven't really had to buy new ink yet for that. So I'm still using, maybe I have bought like 1 extra set. But yeah, I think I've had it for almost a year now. I haven't had to buy new ink for that.
That's the Canon one, right, that you have behind you? Yeah, I've got a Canon too. You have a Canon...
The big one there. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it. Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I've got the Canon 100, Pixma 100, and I tried to buy it when we were going through that shortage of printers worldwide, it seemed, because everyone was working from home because of COVID. Everyone was buying printers. I finally got it, and that puppy cost me, I'd say, about £80 a month, because I probably change or buy a whole new set of inks every month. But I love it. Like, I love the quality of it, so I don't care.
It's really good. Mine is the Pixma...
Is it IP something?
IP8750. That's the one I have. I also really love the quality. I like that I can put in really big paper, really small paper. Like, I don't have to worry about my printer not using or not printing on a paper that I want to use. So, yeah, it's really good. Really good printer. I never thought it would be this good, because I'm not good with printers. I'm just gonna put that out there. They are the bane of my existence. But that one's the only one I've just not had any issues with. So
yeah,
even like calibrating the colors for it, it was so quick and so easy. So
yeah, the Canon printers are really good. I don't think I'd ever want to get like an Epson or something.
Yeah,
and I think
like expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good investment. I think you don't need to start with like a really good printer though, really good paper, really good ink.
No, definitely not.
I started with another Canon printer, like a much lower quality one, but the quality was still good, and it was still like the stickers were still good, the prints were still good, but it ended up breaking. So I couldn't use it anymore. But I think you can just start with what you have. Like, even you started with cutting stickers by hand, and then you eventually, when you had the need, got a cutter machine.
And it's actually funny, because I still use the same sticker paper, the same print paper that I used when I started. So I basically figured out what I like, and right at the start when I opened my shop, and the only thing that's changed is the printer, but everything else is still the same. Like I said, sticker paper. But I think we use the same sticker paper.
Yeah,
right?
we do. PPD. Yeah. I actually started with Evergreen, which was a mistake. They are the worst, and I realized that after I cut one page, and I was like, this is the worst paper ever. It's the Evergreen sticker paper, not the good paper, because they have like a premium version as well. And then I switched to PPD. But yeah, I'm the same as you. I have the same paper, the same ink, the same art.
It is funny that you mentioned that, because recently I bought Evergreen sticker paper for my sticker sheets, because I was using the vinyl from PPD, and I felt like it was too high quality for planner stickers, so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna grade down because it's just for like inside of notebooks, right? And I didn't want to have to use the thick paper for that, so I actually kind of went down. But for me, I feel like the quality is still really good for the sticker sheets that I do. If it's like sticker sets or like a sticker pack that would go on the outside of something, I'm still using my PPD paper. But yeah, for sticker sheets, I have switched.
Yeah.
Would you say that sticker paper is like your second highest expense for the shop?
Yeah, probably after ink, definitely paper. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. You'd use the same amount of ink as the same amount of paper. You can obviously get lower quality paper like we mentioned, but I think it's really nice. I've had so many comments and in reviews people saying how good the quality of the paper is.
Yeah.
And I've bought things from other artists that their art is beautiful, but then I'll get that the paper isn't that good quality, and there's something you notice, especially if you sell products.
Yes.
It's, yeah, I definitely think it's good if you can afford it to like go a little bit high on the luxury, and you can raise your prices as you go. Like if you start, like I have been raising my prices pretty much every update because I have been increasing the quality of my paper, my ink, my printer, and I spend more time on products and stuff. So I think that's fine. Like you can just increase your prices, right, as you go up the ladder.
That is something that I haven't done. My prices, I always kind of fiddle around a little bit and I recalculate to make sure I'm still making enough of a profit. But I found that my first calculations for like my sticker packs and stuff, that they're still good to have. So I haven't raised any of my prices yet. But I do know that, for example, this is like a tip that I always give to people, that if you notice that your time is getting eaten up because you've got so many orders, it might be worth like raising your prices so that you reduce the amount of orders you have, but you still get the same amount of money.
Yeah, that's a really good tip.
It just frees up your time more. But I don't have that problem yet, so
yeah.
I haven't done that yet. So
well, when I was pricing my prices, when like I opened my shop, I probably did the same as you and everyone else. I go on everyone else's shops, but you just know all the popular people, so you go on all the popular people who get all the orders. And I feel like I was looking at Catnip, for example, and even in the last year she's been raising her prices, I've noticed. So I went with her prices and a few others, like averaged it out. But then I realized, like what you said, they probably get so many orders, it doesn't matter if their prices are a little bit less. So I actually have upped it a little bit. Like for example, my stickers, my single stickers when I first opened were £1 for a sticker, but over the time I've increased the quality of my materials, like I mentioned. And also I feel like my I don't know how to say it, like the way I look at myself, like my self-worth as an artist has gone up too. So it's like I'm worth more, like my time's worth more, my art's worth more, so I don't mind popping it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's also true, because like I remember when I started, I was so afraid of charging too much that people would think, oh, this art is not worth that much money. And now, after a year, I'm like way more okay with pricing my prints in a way that reflects like the time that I've put into it, the materials that I've used, like my skill. It's gone up. Like I feel way more confident now. The thing that I have now is like whenever I make a new product, I like it so much that I'm like, oh my god, this is it. This is the product. This is so good. Whereas before I would be like, oh, are people even gonna like this? I don't know, should I put this up? I don't know. So like that's one thing as well. Like after a year you become so much more, at least I did. I just become so much more confident in the products that I have.
I think that will help us go into the next topic that I wanted to chat about. We've kind of been segued into it. It's what are some things that you've learned over the last year being on Etsy? So I think we've already mentioned a couple of bits, but
yeah, we mentioned a couple. I think the main thing that I mentioned was managing my expectations, not having these crazy numbers in my head of like, oh, I'm gonna get 100 orders with this update. Now what I do is like, I just know what my average is for the month, and I know that when I do a shop update, it's gonna go up a little bit. So managing my expectations, Planning your updates is something that I've learned as well. It's so good to plan your updates because you get hyped up for it, other people get hyped up for it, you know what you're doing, you know the steps you need to take. It's just so much better than just randomly saying, oh, here's a new sticker pack, and it's just like one item. What else do I have?
Yeah, that actually helped me. I forgot to mention it, but when I opened my shop, like when I launched my shop, I did a month-long campaign on Etsy where another time, not on Etsy, on Instagram, sorry, another time, if you remember, Animal Crossing was super popular, so I actually drew my shop as an animal,
yeah,
as
I remember.
Yeah, Tom's Nook, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And then I did like a post every week announcing like a week to go and, you know, 2 weeks to go, whatever. And I think that really helps. And also you can do that when you have an update too, like just get people hyped up. People sometimes they forget about you, and that's not mean, like it's not because they don't like you, but if people are following, like I follow almost 1,000 people on Instagram and I can't remember half of them, you know.
That's a lot of people.
It might not be that much. Let me have a look.
So that's actually one thing, like I read somewhere online that like people have to see your product 7 times before they will buy it. So if you ever think like, oh, I'm spamming people too much, if you haven't posted it 7 times yet, you're not spamming.
Where did you hear that? That's a very specific number.
I know, I can't remember. It's probably like, you know, I don't know if you do this, but very often I'll Google like how to grow your business, how to make more Etsy sales. I probably came across like an article that mentioned something about marketing and posting your products, and yeah.
Well, there is one thing I know, and that's if you try to get a child to eat a new food, you have to feed it to them in 10 different ways. And I have tried this with Martin and chickpeas.
So random.
Yeah, I tried it with Martin and chickpeas, but we only got up to 3, and he just, you know, gave up. So I don't know how that helps anyone.
Yeah, well.
I've got one thing that I learned. Well, I've got a few things written down. Actually, one of the things is kind of similar to yours, Liz, about expectations, but it's kind of like the cousin of that. And it's you're not going to know what's going to be popular or not. So I've had so many products where I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, everyone's going to buy it, it's, like I'm going to go viral, and then like literally no one buys it, or one person buys it. And then something else where it's a throwaway whatever, I'll just pop this up, it's like gone really popular and lots of people have bought it.
So what would you say for you is a product that you thought was going to be super popular and like you were going to sell out?
I can tell you, because I think about it nearly every week. You know, when I made all those notebooks, I made like 50 A6 notebooks and they all have patterns on the front. I sold maybe one of those.
Oh, really?
No one's bought them. And I remember in the vlog saying, I'm gonna make loads of these because these are gonna be so popular. Like everyone wants an A6 notebook. No one wants an A6 notebook, Liz.
Nobody wants A6. Except for me, because I actually have 2 of yours.
Yeah?
I have them right here actually. So in case you don't know what they look like, these are April's. Oh, it's not focused.
Yeah, actually the mushrooms and the eyes I have sold a couple of. But the other ones, the garden ones and the retro ones, nada.
Yeah.
Do you have, because I know that you thought your tote bags and stuff would be really super popular.
Yeah, but actually for me, it's my to-do list. I have only sold 1 of my to-do lists.
Really?
And I know. I was so excited. I still really, really love them. And I thought like, it has like a personal section and a work section. And I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so good, because with the pandemic, everybody is like working from home. People are probably struggling with like work-life balance. They're going to eat this up. And then it was also spring themed, and it's so cute. And I was like heavily promoting it. So many other people are selling to-do lists and selling out. So I was like, yeah, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's going to go so well. Literally, I sold 1. And I think I gave 1 away to Rosie when we did like a swap. So I guess I've given away 2.
And you got those outsourced, didn't you?
Yes, I got them outsourced.
Like 50 of them? 30 of them?
No, I think it was 30 for this one. I think it was 30. So I still have loads. And I still love them, so I'm like, not gonna get rid of them or anything. But that's the one thing I'm like a little sad that people don't love them as much as I do. But hey, I have a long supply of to-do lists for myself now if nobody wants them. So.
Yeah. But that's a good thing, like you'll have them, they're really good quality because they're outsourced. So as your shop gets more popular, people may, you know, pop them in the basket.
And then to go along with this, I guess we already kind of said that, like your most popular product that you didn't expect. Yeah, we already.
Well, it was the guinea pig sticker. I didn't expect that. I was just like, it's go crazy. I even accidentally one time printed them on transparent paper, and I didn't want to throw them away, so I did a limited edition, only 10 transparent guinea pig stickers, and even they've all sold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
For me, it's those tiny flower ones. Literally, like, you know how people sometimes make a joke about, like, a 5-minute sketch gets, like, 1,000 likes, and then something you put 3 hours in gets 5?
Yeah.
That's how I feel with those flower stickers. Like, I love them. The idea was, like, I was so excited for the idea, but I didn't think they would be as popular as they are, and I spent maybe 20 minutes on making them, and they're so popular, and I'm still like, what the heck? Why is this so popular? It's just like tiny flowers.
People are probably putting them in their planners and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
And calendars. Yeah. I guess they'd be good for kids too. Like, you know, like if kids have a reward chart or something. I had one when I was younger with stars.
Me too. We had like a gold circle, and if we were bad, we got a red circle. So
I was never bad.
Sometimes.
Another thing I have written down here, which I think you'll definitely agree with me, Liz, is if you have the option and the means to buy a cutting machine, buy a Silhouette and not a Cricut.
I don't have any experience with Cricut, but I agree, if you can buy a cutting machine, buy one.
Yeah, definitely buy one, and the Silhouette is 100 times better than the Cricut. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no experience with Cricut, but I've heard the horror stories, so I will back you up on that. Silhouette is the way to go.
Do you have anything else that you've want to mention that you've learned in the last year?
Yeah, I have, the last one that I have is that no matter how prepared you are, there's gonna be mistakes that you make. I know that I have made a couple of mistakes with postage despite doing a lot of research and still doing it wrong. So,
yeah. Is that like undercharging or overcharging? Undercharging.
Yeah. Overcharging, I don't mind so much because you can do refunds on Etsy. So if I did charge too much, I will do a refund. But I know that sometimes people don't do that because they include like packaging supplies in their postage. But I do that. I put that in my price for my stickers, so I just refund the postage price. But I do try like to charge what it actually costs. So
yeah, mistakes definitely gonna happen. Even if you have not crazy amount of orders, when I had my first when I launched my shop, I think I like 40 orders, like I mentioned, and I had laid everything out on my bed and I had counted everything, but even then I still sent 2 orders off with things missing. And I realized at the time when I sent them in another envelope, so they would arrive a couple of days later. But I've had that happen. I've also had the unfortunate experience of super gluing a clay pin to the windowsill. And then I had to message her and I was like, I'm really sorry, but I've accidentally super glued the pin to the windowsill. But I had another one, so I just sent that one instead.
That is so funny.
But yeah, mistakes are gonna happen.
That's a funny story.
I think that people, like if you message them and you let them know, more than likely they'll be okay with it and they'll understand. So
yeah, exactly. I haven't had any bad experiences with people. I had one case where the order was sent back to me because for some reason they couldn't find the address, so I got it back, and then I messaged her about it and she was like super cool and super chill, and she was like, yeah, just send it again, and sometimes this happens, blah blah blah. And yeah, she was just super cool about it, and she wasn't like, oh my god, I've been waiting for 2 months, but yeah, it was super chill.
I've had a couple of orders that have gone around the world and come back to me for literally no reason, and I just had to post them out again. So is that kind of summing up the year in Etsy, do you think?
Yeah.
Because I thought we could chat about the future.
The future, yeah, that sounds good. Let's talk about the future.
Cool. So I know that you have an update coming up soon.
So my shop update is coming September. I don't know what date yet, but like mid-September. and I'm doing a new thing that I haven't done before, which is inspired by you and some other people, but mainly you, because you started doing it first. In terms of like people that I know anyway, is memo pads. I'm making my own memo pads with autumnal designs and Halloween designs. I have 4 designs in total. I still have to glue them, so I can't show them. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I also have a new washi tape coming, which is also a Halloween design. I will have like a print, and then I need to come up with some more like autumn themed stuff. That'll just be like stickers, probably, like, you know, general stuff. But I'm really excited about the memo pads.
Yeah.
Again, going back to what I said earlier, the memo pads is one of those products that I think really cool, and I'm thinking like, oh, people are gonna love this, and probably it'll be one of those products that no one's gonna buy. So I'm trying to manage my expectations and be like, let's not go crazy. I'm only making 5 of each design, which is still a lot because that's like 20 memo pads.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, but yeah, by making 5 of each instead of 25 of each, I feel like I'm using what I've learned in the past.
Also, if you do like a limited edition, like if you only have 5 of each design and you let people know there's only 5 of these and then they're gone, maybe people will be all like, gotta get them quick, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good way of like testing stuff with people. But yeah, that's the near future for me anyway. That would be my shop update coming in September. And then the long-term future would be to do another enamel pin. I actually have 2 designs that I want to do, but enamel pins are really expensive to fund, so it's like kind of like I want to wait until my shop is a bit more self-sustaining before I do another enamel pin. But aside from that, yeah, I'm just, future plans is just keep trying to grow my shop, really. That's it.
Like you, I also have a update coming mid-September. We didn't plan this.
No, we did not.
But it's I think, I don't know if mine's going to come out after yours. There's a few things that I want to get outsourced, so I really need to get on that now. So they're back to me by like mid-September. But it's gonna be called the Sketchbook update, and it's basically making products from all of my favorite sketches that I've done in my sketchbooks over the last few months. I kind of took a break from it and I got back on it last week. So the next month is going to be all Etsy all the time, all day long. And then super future in the long term, like you, I do want to make enamel pins, but I actually have that as my Patreon goal. So when I get to 100 patrons, I'm going to make my first one with them. But for the shop, I really have been wanting to make plushies for the last like 4 days. Hasn't been a very long goal. I literally thought of it at the weekend. I was like, it'll be so fun to make plushies. And then I looked into how much it was and I was like, I'll wait until I'm super famous for that. Because it is expensive. Yeah, it's super. And the reason why it's so expensive is because you have to order like 500 or 1,000 at a time.
Oh, that's a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot of plushies.
Yeah. But yeah, keep going like you, keep going, keep making stuff, keep having fun, and just growing organically.
Yeah, keep having fun with it is probably the main thing. That, like, you know how people are always like, oh, if there's one tip you could give someone who wants to go do this thing that you're doing, what would it be? I definitely think it would be like, try to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you're not having fun doing this, it's really difficult.
Yeah, like if it becomes a chore. I get if it's your full-time job, but it's not our full-time job. So we can afford to have fun with it. And then if like I mentioned, I had a break for about a month. I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel like making any products. So I just had a break until I missed it. And then I came back and now I'm raring to go.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I haven't taken a break from Etsy, but then I also, like, my shop updates are so far, they're like a couple of months in between my shop updates that I feel like even if I'm not feeling it, I have plenty of time before I have to ramp it back up and get back into it. So it's not an issue for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true, like what you said, if it was my full-time job and I was relying on this as an income, I think there's definitely some things I would do differently. But overall right now, I'm just having fun with it. So I'm kind of just doing what I want with it.
Do you have any, like, last words, like any tips for people?
Yeah. that's what I was saying, like just have fun with it. No, I think it's also actually, this is something that I do all the time, is to keep self-evaluating how you're doing, especially if it's something you want to do as like your full-time job. I think it's really easy when you're having fun with it and it's a hobby to just do whatever and not really think about your like workflow and how you're handling the business side of things. But I think if you want it to be your full-time job, you do have to learn about how to manage a business, how to be more efficient with your time and all that stuff. And so yeah, I would suggest, if it is something you want to do full-time, is to look into that kind of thing and just, I guess, learn about business.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
I need to do that too, Liz. I might take that tip on myself.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if I had just one tip, I think it would be to market early on, like market yourself early on. Like I mentioned, I did that one post a week leading up to my launch, which I think really helped. But I think the thing that helped the absolute most, and I don't think I would have any sales if I didn't do this, is YouTube. And the studio vlogs, just getting out there because you can interact with people. And I know that some people are shy, you don't want to go on camera, but even just starting like doing little studio vlogs with your hands or your feet, that could be a thing that could get some people in.
You might get in trouble with your feet though, so maybe stick to hands.
Yeah, hands, music, products, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree actually, because if it wasn't for YouTube, my shop, like especially at the start, like most of my traffic comes from my YouTube. So without YouTube, my shop really wouldn't have been anywhere. So yeah, marketing is super important. And at first it's really awkward, but the longer you do it, at least that's what I've noticed, the longer you do it, the more okay it becomes. And you start realizing that, like, you know, when other people market themselves, I never think, oh, here they go again with their self-promo, unless it's like excessive, like 5, or like if they do a 5-minute video supposedly about, I don't know, a painting, but then all they talk about is their shop, then it's like, oh, okay, this is self-promo, this is not about the painting. But that happens so like once in a blue moon that it really isn't a problem. So to me, that means that I don't need to worry about people thinking that all I care about is self-promo. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Marketing's really, it's necessary, really.
It's something I'm trying to get better at as
yeah,
well.
it's so difficult.
Cool.
But yeah, you get better at it too.
Cool. I think, is that about it then, Liz, do you think?
Yeah,
I think we've had a really good chat, actually.
Yeah, I think we covered most things. Right now I can't really think about anything else. I think we covered most of it. I mean, if there's questions, always leave them in the comments, and
definitely.
we can like answer them there and stuff.
Yeah, leave questions in the comments, and I'm gonna be popping all of Liz's, all her shop, her Instagram, everything, and mine in the description too. So make sure you check out her shop and mine. And we both have
just mine.
Yeah, it's just Liz's. And then don't forget, we both have our updates coming mid-September, so keep an eye out for those too. And I think that's about it, Liz.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and you liked listening to us ramble on about this stuff.
Yeah, let us know if you like this. Yeah, let us know. It was new for both of us. It was a bit awkward, but I think we got there, didn't we?
Yeah, I hope so anyway.
Cool. Well, that's all for us. Hope that you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.